What if I told you that the iconic Chino Hills team wasn't as good as it seemed, and that there was a team that could beat them? We all know about one of the greatest high school teams ever in Chino Hills. Around a decade ago, Chino Hills took over the basketball world by storm. Chino Hills rose to fame as it knocked off top school after top school on its way to becoming the consensus national champions as a public high school, something that hadn't been done in decades at the time. The team was led by, of course, Lonzo, LaMelo, and D'Angelo Ball, alongside big men powerhouses Onyeka Onwuekwu and Eli Scott. 3 players on the team did end up making the NBA, by the way. All that talent and skill on the team led them to go 35-0. But speaking of greatest teams ever,
that's Cade and them? That's Cade and them, right? Cade and all them?
This 2020 Montverde team also went an undefeated 29-0, blowing out almost every single team and were consensus national champions as well. Cade Cunningham, Moses Moody, Scotty Barnes, Dariq Whitehead, Davon Sharp, and Caleb Houston. That's 6 NBA players that I just named. An entire starting lineup worth of NBA talent on that team, and maybe one more future player in Ryan Nembhard. Not only did they have more NBA players than Chino Hills did, their NBA players are also better than the Chino Hills NBA players. One of the biggest high school basketball tournaments is called the City of Palms. Yearly teams flock to Florida so they can compete against some of the other best teams in the nation to be crowned champion of the tournament. Let's break down the tournament round by round for both teams. In round 1 of the tournament, Chino Hills played against Thomas Jefferson High School, featuring Brooklyn's finest Shamori Pons, who ended up dropping 40 points against the Ball brothers, but lost by just 1 point, giving Chino Hills a 91-90 win. Meanwhile, Montverde in round 1 played against the Sanford School from Delaware, who they beat by nearly 40 points. In round 2, Chino Hills played against 2016 Montverde with RJ Barrett and Fernie Simons, and guess how they won once again? By 1 point. Of course, RJ Barrett sold the game, to be honest, as you can see here. On the 2020 Montverde side, they ended up playing against one of the best schools in Chicago that year, Whitney Young, but still beat them by 26. Another easy win for them. In the semifinals, Chino Hills went up against High Point Christian Academy, featuring Bam Adebayo, and this would be their largest win of the tournament with a 12-point 94-82 win. Not surprising, Bam Adebayo isn't the best bucket getter. In Montverde's semifinal game, they ended up playing against McEachern, featuring one of my favorite high school players ever, Sharif Cooper. If you know, you know. Beating them by over 50 points. But everybody knows the real highlight of the tournament is always the final game. Chino Hills played a hard-fought battle against the Patrick School from New Jersey, where this iconic highlight came from. After regulation though, the game was still tied, so they went to overtime. In overtime, Chino Hills did get the 6-point win, winning 66-60 to win the City of Palms tournament. On the Montverde side, they played IMG Academy from Florida as well, beating them by 8 points for the closest win not only of the tournament but of the entire year as well, 63-55. But keep in mind, this IMG Academy team that they beat had 5 future NBA players as well. So it's not like they were playing against garbage comp. But after doing the math for all these scores, the average winning margin for Chino Hills was 5 points, with only one game being won by more than 10. Meanwhile, Montverde's average winning margin, 30. True, complete domination. So you mean to tell me that a team with 6 future NBA players in Montverde, blowing out other top 10 teams by 20 plus points, and with a deeper, higher quality roster, wouldn't beat Chino Hills? Personally, I can't see Chino Hills winning, especially not with 14-year-old LaMelo. Let me know your opinion in the comments down below. This is Gade Films, and stay fantastic.